Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this video will be dedicated to the novelty from ICM. So in 135 scale we get Kfz.70 with MJ34 in the rear part. So this is a World War II German military vehicle, and it might be useful for a nice build in case you would like to build something wheeled. And as you can see, it's a fresh release, so here we get some new parts, even though the vehicle itself I think was released before, and I will just check in the meantime in the scale mates. But as for the shape of this kit, this is the final shape of this kit, so you will get exactly the same stuff as what you will see in this video review, and it should be already available, for example, in Modelimex together with some other novelties from ICM. So I'm just checking whether it's a completely fresh release, but no. And we reviewed together the previous versions as well. So in case you're interested, you can find them on the same YouTube channel too. Here we have the version with the MG34 folded roof and maybe also some different markings. So the box size, I would say, is rather standard for such type of the release. Here you can see comparison with my hand. On the side you'll find some information about the kit. So here it is written that we have the 137 millimeters length, which should be assembled out of 211 parts plus 10 parts. 10 parts are marked separately because they are for this machine gun. And here you can see also two marking options, but I would say you are not limited by only those two, because you can choose something different in case you have the reference material. And as you can see, box is sealed with the tape, so I'm just going to cut through, and in the meantime I can remind you that you can check the previous versions reviews on the same YouTube channel as well. These were quite nice kits. I now remember that it was really detailed in terms of the suspension and the drivetrain, and I guess today's kit will not be an exclusion from this rule, but we will see it once we open the box. So the box structure is typical. Here you can see that the flexible top cover is on the top of this white cardboard box, and if I open it, here's what we have inside. So it's rather tight packaging, but there is still some space, and I think it should be easy to get the parts without any unnecessary damage. And I'm just going to open it right now. Okay, so first of all we have the vinyl tires. I will not be opening them because these are just typical vinyl tires. I don't think there is something special about them. In case you would like to have a bit more details on your build, then definitely go for some resin or 3D printed replacement. I think there are plenty of such items available on the market. It will just require some additional investment from your side. Next we continue with the separate clear plastic sprue. So here, as you can see, we have the parts for the windscreen and also the headlamp lenses. Molding quality looks good, but there are no masks, I suppose, because the previous releases did not feature such thing. Next we continue with the parts for the MG. So here, as you can see, we have the MG itself as well as the special stand which should be placed in the rear section. So maybe it's also a good idea to drill out these holes because they should be throughout, and that's why it's easy to solve with a drill bit in the necessary size. Okay, next we continue with larger plastic sprue. So this is a sprue B. Here we have the wheel fenders and the floor panel, also the side panels here, and also the rear bulkhead. We have the radiator grille, we have also the bonnet panel, and the pre-molded features look rather nice. So if I zoom in here, you can take a look and see what I'm talking about. Of course, all of this is better to pick out with help of washes and maybe some weathering techniques. And note that the floor panel is also nicely detailed from the opposite side as well, so it's not just a plain part with the details only on the visible side. Next we have the separate doors. So here we also get the folded roof version, and so as I said, that's exactly the type we'll get in today's vehicle. And in case you would like to replicate the closed roof version, then you have to do a scratch building, because here these parts are not included, but doors are nicely detailed from both sides, so at least this. Okay. Next we have two identical plastic sprues with the road wheels, and these are rims to be precise. And as you can see, these road wheel rims are quite nice. They should be inserted into the vinyl tires, obviously. So such design should make it easier to just precisely paint the wheel rims and then get them installed into the tires. Next, we continue with the various minor items. So here you find the exhaust, the steering wheel, also some railings, and some minor handles here and there. So all of this stuff looks good. Pioneer tools are also here, and it's just a matter of installing them onto your vehicle and also probably painting them in advance, because later it will be difficult to get, for example, to the rifles in the interior. And last but not the least is actually the biggest plastic sprue. It's a sprue A. So here we have the engine parts, we have also some of the suspension parts, and all of this comes as the standard thing, so you don't have to buy anything. Note that the main chassis is molded as a single piece part here, so if I zoom in, you can see that you don't have to deal with the separate bars. It is already pre-molded as it should be, so you get the right alignment out of the box. And in my opinion, this is a really nice design because it will speed up the assembly process and you won't have to worry about any misaligned parts. Next, I'm opening the assembly manual, because in the assembly manual we have the decals. So those decals are not big, and if I zoom in here you can see what we are talking about. So those decals look rather nice. The printing quality is also good, and we even have the dials for the dashboard, so I think this is enough for a 135 scale build. And then we have assembly manual. So here I'm closing the lenses, zooming out a bit, and you can see that the large color printed brochure is accompanied with the technical specifications or history note. Here we continue also with the parts map, and surprisingly almost all parts will be used. So assembly process starts with an engine, and as far as I remember, there is no open bonnet version, so in case you would like to show this engine, you'll have to think through how to make the bonnet removable or how to depict it in the open position. But this is already a question to you whether you would like to go this far. Here you can see the drivetrain assembly as well as the suspension parts installation and also the exhaust tube. Here you can see also that some of the suspension parts should be installed in a sequence, so that's why I follow the order, because otherwise it will be difficult to get them into the right place. Next, here we continue with the front and rear bars, wheels getting assembled and installed onto the vehicle. You have to drill holes in the floor in order to install this MG34 stand. And then we continue with the side panels. Here we install the spare wheel, and then we continue with the storage boxes and seats. Here we have doors. So note that the doors have the separate handles, which is another nice touch. And here we also have the windscreen assembly. And then we join the body together with the chassis. Then we install the front radiator grille and the bonnet. So as you can see, the bonnet is assembled in a closed position. Here we have the roof assembly and also some minor elements installation on the car body. So in total there are 79 steps. The final one, of course, the installation of this MG34. And here you can see the first marking option, and that's the second marking option. So overall, I think it's a decent release for those modelers who would like to build a German wheeled vehicle, not some tank. And of course, it should be already available in Modelimex, and I would be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.